sitting up in your chair. Now you're all out of frame.
Sorry. My posture changed.
No,
my
that's
posture
fine.
changed.
Just warn a guy before you do that.
Hey, I'm sorry. Want to show off my sweet wrestling T-shirt? The cleaner here. Okay, there we go. Get that sweet coif of hair I have going on, and we're off and running here on this.
Yeah, that's a great
episode.
way to start. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's no weirder than the rest of the way our world is going on the day-to-day.
We are having a world. I don't know if you can see this thing on the side of my head here. This was like a little scar.
Yeah.
I was at the. It's itching me now. I was at the doctor the other day, and brand new. I'm in a new town. I got a new doctor, and so we're sitting there having a conversation, and he pokes my temple, and he says, he pokes my temple, and he says, "This is benign." So, my brain? What are you talking about? And I guess I had a little mole over here. And he said, "This is benign." I said, all right. I didn't know it was anything. And
right, exactly.
And then as he's wrapping up, he says, "Do you want me to take care of that?" And I said, "Okay." And he goes, "It won't cost you anything." And he turns around, he takes out this, I don't know, I guess he froze it, and then starts cutting on me. Yeah. Even at one point he says, You have a large pain tolerance, don't you?" It's like, what are you going to do, you madman?
What doctor did you go to?
I
Dr.
know.
Evil?
It's like, geez. All right. So I don't know. That seems like it's worse. I don't know.
It seems like you went to a street doctor.
Yeah.
Where people say, like, if you want it, like you get shot and you want it done on the down low,
right?
You go to that particular doctor.
Yeah. It's like he was just kind of winging it, doing whatever he wanted to do.
Anytime a doctor says I'll do it for free, I'm leery. They like to make money on things. They're like, "Oh, this one, first one free. I cut you open, first one free."
Yeah, and he never actually said the words free, but he kind of just did kind of one of those. This one's on the house. Don't worry.
Insurance will know nothing about this.
Yes. First mole, second one's free.
Right. Exactly.
Next
time I cut you, I cut you. We go deeper. So
anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
A little insight into our lives. Hello, and welcome to the big broadcast. You can always reach us on the phone at 707-466-6539. That spells for monkey. It's the monkey line.
It is the monkey line. And we have a new graphic if you call. So we look forward to hopefully use that at some point.
That's right.
Oh, God.
This was weird, wasn't it? It's weird, right? It's weird.
We've said it since this guy came down a golden elevator. And it's not... And politics has always been ridiculous, whatever side of the docket, whoever's been in there. But when this dude came down that elevator, everyone said, "Oh, my God, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen." And we constantly said for years, just when you thought it's weird, that's when it's really going to get weird. And all of a sudden now we have the outside of the White House turn into a used car lot.
Yeah, he was missing the balloons, the banners, and the free hot dogs. Is normally
and the wavy
and the wiggly guy.
The wacky wavy arm guy. Ah! Why was this necessary?
I don't know, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why it was necessary. That's I had another question, but that's really the only question to ask: is why did we have? We know what Teslas are. Some people really dig them. Others think they're garbage.
Yes. Did back in the day when we had to bail out the auto industry, were we inviting everybody from Ford and Chevy and everybody else to come and be like, "Show us your wares"? I guess if you give $300 million to get someone elected, maybe they can, at least get a photo op in front of the White House. And even then, they made it awkward. Like, it could have very well been just like, "Hey, I'm buying this Tesla. Stop being mean to Elon. These are great automobiles." But it turned into like an infomercial for ShamWow and also a press conference at the same time.
What is this one, Elon?
That's a Model Y.
It's a Model Y, so I have a lot of information to put into price.
Yeah.
I want to make a good deal here. I do notice this.
Okay. Can we stop it here for a second?
Sure.
Shouldn't you, if you're going to buy a car, have already done the research? Do you ever walk into an actual car lot and go, "Which one is this? Oh, okay. Right. What does it do? Okay, I have the price here. I want a good deal."
And by the way, Elon, one of the worst car salesmen I've ever seen. I mean, he's got no game.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He's just reciting facts.
Yeah, he doesn't. There's just nothing sexy about what he's talking about. You know, you're supposed to really amp this thing up and convince the person to get the undercoating and a pinstripe and all the other stuff that they jam you into.
No, how's your life going? Who's going to be using this? Is this going to be for the kid going to college? The safest thing on wheels? You want to make sure I'll take care of your baby. I know how much it means to you. The kids are our future. Nothing. Just that's a Y25.
Yeah.
They have one, which is $35,000, which is pretty low. What is that all about?
Yeah, I guess we want to make the point that Teslas aren't all expensive. You can get a Tesla for as little as $35,000.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to thank.
If you buy before midnight tomorrow night, you can get one for as low as $35,000. But you know what? There's somebody else on their way over who is really looking at this thing, and I don't know how long I can hold this deal for you, Donald. I don't know.
And not only that, here's the thing, though. You can get it for $35,000, but that takes the 1.99 for 65 months off the table.
Right.
So you can get it for 35, but you're going to have to finance at a 4% interest rate. I can get it to you for 42 at 1.99, and let's just step in my office. We'll crank those numbers out to see which one's a better deal for you, Donald.
The president for his support. This means a lot. And also thank everyone out there who is supporting Tesla. It's really terrible that there's so much violence being perpetrated against people like Tesla supporters, Tesla owners, Tesla.
There's not that much. I mean, it's happening, but it's not. Please don't make it sound like every Tesla owner and every he's saying Tesla, so I'm going to say Tesla too.
From now on, yes.
And there's protests up and down the street here about him. Okay, fine. But again, it doesn't warrant all of this.
No reason for this whatsoever. And by the way, I don't know if I like the phrasing of "you have one here for $35,000." What's that all about?
You mean I gotta pay?
I don't know. Making it affordable for someone. $35,000 still is a lot of money. Like, let's not beat around the bush in that particular aspect. But what's this all about? I don't know.
You think I got this rich by paying people money? No, I keep my money. That's why I'm so rich. What's the matter with you? What is this all about?
These are innocent people who've done nothing wrong.
Wah, go cry on a bag of money.
Exactly.
Well,
then they do this press conference. Why? Okay, I signed the deed. Why are you taking questions?
Well, and there was something silly about the whole thing of, to show his support for Elon Musk, the president is going to buy one Tesla. One of the richest men on the planet, he's going to buy himself a Tesla, and that's going to turn the tide.
And by the way, for those who may not know, Elon Musk has billions upon billions in government contracts for other things.
Yeah.
Is the $135,000 Tesla that this guy seems to be fixated on really going to be the thing that puts it over the hump?
Yeah. So this thing goes on for well over 30 minutes.
Done with a ruler, and that's what it was. Some guy sat there years ago, and they said, "Rah."
That is his description of the northern border of the United States and Canada, by the way. We kind of jumped in the middle there.
It makes a lot of sense. And by the way,
some guy named Rand McNally just was sitting there at a desk and went, "Yeah," like Karate Kid, "Yeah," with his line.
Do I know this guy? He's a Scottish guy. I have no idea what he's doing, and he just decides he's gonna.
When you take away that artificial line that looks like it was done with a ruler, and that's what it was. Some guy sat there years ago, and they said, "Rah." Well, when you take away that.
Is that how you draw a line? Have you ever been sitting somewhere and been like, "Rah," drive a line through that, "Rah"?
And you got to admit, most borders aren't a nice straight line like we have with Canada. You know, most borders they follow a river and they're all wiggly.
That's right. Mexico is right down, with California and Texas around there, and So you're correct in that respect.
I mean, don't tell him about Wyoming or Colorado or those weird square states over there. He'll go, what's with those borders?
Yeah.
There's no place anywhere in the world that looks like that. It's,
Mr. President, any updates on Greenland?
and then if you add Greenland, that's
All right.
I mean,
that's pretty
it's gonna look
good.
beautiful.
Tell the CEOs tonight, Mr.
Okay.
President.
So now he's going to walk over and get into the car, I think.
What are you going to tell the CEOs?
Yeah.
I'm going to look at this. I'm going to make a decision. Do you want to hear what my decision
Let's
is?
see it.
Okay. What's your best of these cars? What do you think?
Well, the car that I drive is the Model S flat
Which is that one?
that red one in the middle.
I like that. Yeah.
Okay, once again. If I were to walk up to a car lot and be like, "Hey, which one of these is the best one?"
Which one's the best one?
And then this one over here, and go, "Well, which one is that?" All day sucker is on my forehead.
By the
All
way,
day
yeah,
sucker is on my
exactly.
forehead.
Really, what happened to the art of the deal? What happened to the king deal maker? You don't walk into a car dealership and say which one's the best one.
No,
You're gonna
and
get
you know
screwed,
who now-
Donald. Come
You know,
on.
you know who needs to show up on the White House lawn now, next, tomorrow, because of this stupid deal, is the Fox from the Carfax. He needs. We need the Fox of the Carfax show. Be like, Donald, you didn't ask for the Carfax. How do you know this one wasn't in an accident?
God.
It's 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2 seconds.
Look, he doesn't even know what his own car does. He's just shrugging his shoulders. I don't know. It goes 0 to 60.
And also, wouldn't you put in there, be like, and I'm just riffing here. I've not sold a car before. And if you are a car salesman or have been in that process, please give us a call, 707-4-MONKEY. That you would, at that point, you would be like, hey, this car's got nothing on Vin Diesel and Paul Walker and Fast and Furious. They're going 0 to 60 in 3.5, 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. Can you see yourself revved up in that, doing a little street racing there, Prez? No, just spitting out a weird fact.
Yeah.
It's pretty, I don't know if my people can handle it. They're gonna be using it more. I'm not allowed to use it.
It looks fast.
That's a fast
Now
one.
he's not allowed to drive it?
No, presidents can't drive ever. Once they become president, you are never allowed to drive a car again.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Now
I mean, to this
definitely
day,
want-
George Bush, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, they cannot drive their own car.
That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah. God bless. Hey, Doge, why don't we cut out the drivers and just let these old bastards drive themselves around?
Come on, they know how to drive.
Tariffs,
I'll let you know about it.
Okay.
I'll let you know. But I.
So
All right.
reporters are asking legitimate questions about 50% tariffs that he's thinking about levying on countries, and he's a little too wrapped up in the car deal.
Tariffs are the 50%. Is that going to go into effect on Canada or not?
Which one?
The 50% tariffs.
I'll let you know about it.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of something over here. I'm as soon as I get this car purchase done, I'll let you know.
Once I sign the papers, once they get
But I
they got to get a
appreciate
copy
it,
of my
yes.
license first.
Should I get in?
Get it?
Okay.
Have you ever sat
Let me
behind
get
the
in
steering
a
wheel of
second.
one of these? Of a Tesla?
Do you want my notes?
Yeah.
They gave me notes. I said, I'm not Biden. I don't need notes.
But you won. You don't have to keep taking a swing at Biden. I mean, you won. You got the thing. It's not. He's not.
Yeah,
you're not running against him anymore. You never ran against him. To be honest, it's been 5
You
years.
ran against him once and he beat you. You never actually beat him. All right, we're gonna get in the car.
Wow.
Vroom vroom. Look at me, beep beep.
That's beautiful. This is a different panel than I've had. Everything's computer.
Yeah, that's what Tesla's all about.
And they're both now sitting in the car, and it doesn't seem like either of them have ever been in one of these cars before, including the guy who owns the company.
Who said this is his favorite kind,
Right.
and this is the one he drives?
There seems to be. It's like the ashtray. This is this is where you plug in your phone.
Do you have those? Yeah. Do you have the little thing that? Do you have the little belly button that I push in and it goes boop when I gotta light my cigarette? Is that still
Yeah.
a feature anymore?
If you want the windshield wipers to come on, you can put them in intermittent, or they can go.
Yep, right there.
That's
I see a smudge.
beautiful.
Yeah, they don't seem to be at all interested in what they're
No.
up
Yeah.
to. So
That's
yeah,
just-
you can see the time stamp there, 32 minutes.
I think he wants to get the job, then get back
Yeah.
to his businesses. That's what I think. But
I just want to. I'll stay as long as it's useful and productive. And if I can help the country, I'll stay.
Well, none of that was useful or productive.
No, you
Maybe it's
haven't,
been a lot
yeah.
already.
Yeah, a very good manager understands how to delegate responsibilities to other people. Like, selling the cars should be somebody else's job, not yours.
Correct. You're in research and development down the line there. You don't need to be there using the White House lawn as your used car sale. Man, we got a big one. Come on down to the White House lawn.
I tell you what, I'll throw in floor mats. You want floor mats? I'll throw in the floor mats. I can do that for you.
They're weather tech. I know how rough the weather gets in DC.
Let me talk to my manager. I might be able to get the floor mats for you.
I'll be right back. I know you have some important tariff stuff to get to, but hold on one second. Let me check with the manager. Make sure I get you those all-weather floor mats.
Hey, let's go back to 2022 when Donald Trump posted this. When Elon Musk came to the White House asking for help on all his many subsidized projects, whether it's electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, or rocket ships to nowhere, without which subsidies he'd be worthless, and telling me how he was a big Trump fan and a Republican, I could have said, drop to your knees and beg, and he would have done it.
Now instead, he's begging you to buy one of his cars.
What kind of a freak relationship do they have?
Oh, it's freaky.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
He said now, and then in another post after this, he said, now Elon should focus on getting himself out of the Twitter mess because he could owe $44 billion for something that's perhaps worthless. He does owe $44 billion for something that is indeed worthless.
And he had to pay you $10 billion. God, everything is.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what makes Elon think that Trump will always be his best friend. He won't. We know this. Or
what?
Or vice versa.
What about Michael Cohen or
right? That's what I mean.
Rudy Giuliani or Mike Pence or John Bolton or stop me when I'm
it is just look at the graveyard just littered with people that Trump has thrown away, and the other way is true. I mean, if Elon may get something up his butt and decide he hates Donald Trump all of a sudden, and I mean it's just that's the way this soap opera always plays out.
It does.
And why either of them?
Go ahead.
No, I got nothing.
I was going to say, and now you have a car, and if it ends up being a lemon, now you got that hanging over there too.
That's right.
So why even enter into that crap?
Look, it seems like we're really slamming on the United States of America. We're not. We love this country.
Yes.
We are not the only country in the world where things are just a little bit odd. Just so you realize that the entire world has gone bananas, we introduce you to a couple of Indian prime ministers who are, or members of parliament, I should say, who are offering money for babies.
Hey, are they going to take the, or you keep them, but you get money for having them? Or are they just going around getting a baby farm? I'll give you $600 for that baby, and then they're using the babies to till their fields or something along those lines.
Not unlike here in the United States, there's a problem. People aren't having babies like they used to. In India, they're well over 1 billion people, and
they got a lot already. They're doing okay.
And they're looking around going, hey, we need more babies. And so with fertility rates falling well below the national average, the region is aging rapidly. There are concerns over labor shortages, economic stagnation, potential loss of political influence at the national level. All the things that are...
all the good reasons to have a kid.
All the things that are happening here. So one chief minister, Chandrababu Naidu, and M.K. Stalin, that's not a very good name.
That's a terrible name.
Have sounded the alarm. Naidu has gone as far as proposing incentives for larger families, suggesting that only those with more than 2 children should be allowed to contest local body elections. Stalin, meanwhile, has highlighted how South India's slower population could cost it parliamentary seats, and he says, 3 children? We need 16. We need you to have 16 children.
Get the hell out of here. You have 16 kids.
That's right, yeah.
It's not a clown car. It's a private area.
They are suggesting now, then, that if you have a third kid, they'll give you $600. And if that kid happens to be a boy, you also get a cow.
Okay.
$600 at a cow.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking. All right.
Yeah.
The $600 you could take or leave, but I get a cow thrown in there. I feel slighted though. What do you should get something if you have a girl as well, like a cow. I don't know what it'd be, like a chicken.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of bird flu going around right now, but you should at least get some other type of farm animal if you're having a girl. You can't just be like, oh, it's just for the boy. You get the cow.
For every rupee contributed in taxes, they receive far less than they give. Let me see. But yeah, I mean, it's the same kind of thing. They're just trying. They want more people because more people means more workers, and more workers mean more tax revenue. That's essentially what's going on here. And one member of parliament has announced that he will personally offer 50,000 rupees. That's about $600 to women who give birth to a third child, with an additional incentive for families that have a boy. Apparently, that would mean a cow.
Now you got to take care of the cow too.
I know.
You're having a new baby. You already got to take care of a new baby. Now I got to take care of a cow as well.
Not easy.
Take your rupees and get out of here with your weird trying to get me to have a kid.
It does look like Elvis, doesn't it, Jason? You're right.
Exactly. You want a honka honka burning love and between the sheets. Here's $600 a cow. Make it a boy. Well, here's also weird stuff going on in the world. I saw the headline, as many people probably did, and it's a good headline here, of Harry Potter star joins adult site, and everyone thinks, oh, God, Emma Watson. That is not correct. As you can see from the screen, this is a different actress. She played the girlfriend of Ron Weasley, the clingy love interest.
The fact that we're groping to figure out who this is, yeah.
Yeah, Lavender Brown. So anyway, she was in those films. She's now a mom. She's got an on-again, off-again boyfriend that she has 4 kids with. They're not married. They do a podcast that's not hitting. And so now, as much as many other people, if the money's not coming in, she's turning to OnlyFans. But here is the kicker, Johnny.
Okay.
It's not sexual content she's providing, but she is going to be providing content for people on OnlyFans that have a thing for very long hair. So here's what she says on her profile. She writes, former Harry Potter actress, writer, doodler, and now OnlyFans long hair specialist. I do niche hair content, which you may well quite like. How magical. Owl drop near daily. She's making a reference to Harry Potter. Wizard warning. Will not do explicit sexual content. Might be in my underwear. Will respond to DMs. Let's get to know each other. She adds, if you have a hair thing, this is a place for you. If you want something specific, you can message me, and I'll be happy to see what we can do. What do you mean, what we can do? Is it like strangle people with your long hair? Like, what are they asking for?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. This is going to be disappointing on many levels. It is unfortunate, and how many stories have we heard where somebody gets into show business at a young age, and I mean, she's not exactly the star of Harry Potter. I mean, you saw how long it took us to figure out exactly who she played and when.
Correct.
So even that's a little bit when we all kind of went, huh? So, but it's unfortunate that this appears that she feels that this is her only path.
Yeah, she says, I'm at a crossroads.
And she's not doing it very well.
No. And I want something to change with my career. There are things I enjoy and that are fun and not too serious. She revealed her children cringed at her romantic scenes in Harry Potter.
She's got kids.
Oh, yeah, she got 4 of them. Remember? She's got 4 of them with an on-again, off-again boyfriend who they do a podcast together. So she's trying everything. She's tried the podcast. She's tried the other stuff. Now she's like, sweet, long-hair, niche content on OnlyFans is what she's offering now.
Has she tried being, I don't know, a dental hygienist? I mean, there's so many opportunities out there. There's a big nursing shortage right now. I don't want to pigeonhole her into anything. I'm just saying there are so many things you could do to make a buck right now before you get to this point.
She's not doing sexual content, Johnny. Only
she's just doing
long hair stuff, content. Maybe in her underpants. She may be in her underwear with her long hair. I kind of almost want to reach out to her to see what are some of the DMs she's getting of what is actually this long hair niche. Like we went through the kinks a while back of like CPR and these other weird kinks that different states have. What is this long hair niche? Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, make it into a mustache and wrap it around, or like put it underneath your armpits and make it look like you have a kraken underneath there or something. I don't know.
Well, that's a really good point. She obviously must have done some kind of research to see where she could, there's a lane. There's a lane she needs to, it's all the usual stuff has been done. It's like, well, everybody else is naked. I'll be not naked, and I'll play with my hair. No one's doing that.
Look at me braid. Yeah. Watch me braid my hair slowly. Look at me comb it all the way through. And the weird thing is, there's obviously a market for that.
Well,
if that's what she's doing.
Of course.
Yes.
I mean, you asked an interesting question, and it would be fascinating, and I have no idea how you even approach this, to somehow sit on the other side of the screen from one of these OnlyFans cam show people. I just want to see what people are writing, because know it gets
Give me the
out of
transcripts.
hand.
Let's FOIA it.
Yeah.
Can we FOIA it?
Yeah.
What do you want in a FOIA, sir? I want a FOIA Lavender Brown's long-haired niche content back and forth transcript.
I mean, it isn't like, now take off your bra. Now take off your panties. It just gets bananas. And these women have to pretend, like a stripper does. These women have to pretend that they're digging this and having fun. Oh, yeah, I love it when you ask me, to hit myself with a spatula. I don't know. I really have a very bad kinky mind. I can't seem to. I can't even make something up.
I love how you're asking me to tickle my armpits with my own hair.
Right.
Long hair needs content. God, so
That's
weird.
What's going on.
Remember when the simpler times, Johnny, when we used to waste time not online and on OnlyFans, but actually playing video games?
Yeah.
Remember when that was a thing?
Yeah, exactly.
God, that's very quaint. Can we go back to that? Because here is this year's nominees for the Video Game Hall of Fame, different from the Toy Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. Here are your 2025 finalists. And if you want to chime in the comments, wherever you're watching from, or 7074 Monkey, yay or nay on these. Some of them I know, some of them I don't know. We have the finalists of Age of Empires, which is like on every television in between on the ad break. Angry Birds is up this year. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Then we go old school with Defender and Frogger. How is Frogger not in the Video Game Hall of Fame yet?
Defender is a fun game.
Defender kind of just goes forever, though. You fly around and you're like, boo, 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 but it doesn't really go anywhere.
You're right. It was from the time of games didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to win. There was no way to win. It went infinitely until everybody died.
Right.
But I do remember losing many hours in Defender.
I preferred Frogger, though. Frogger, for me, was better than Defender. Frogger, there was a strategy, and you would be able to get across the street, and like you'd have more coming back and forth and everything else. So I like Frogger. GoldenEye is definitely one that needs to be in.
That's a good Golden, and you know what? And Golden Tee.
Yes. If you are of a certain age, there was many an hour, probably high school, college, where you were up late at night on an N64 playing GoldenEye against friends. Mm-hmm. It was one of the first times we had like the multiplayer, the 4-screen, and the wide array of weaponry that you could use. I remember I had one friend who was so terrible at this game, and the sticky grenades, if you recall that particular weapon, you could pick those up and then you would throw them against a wall, and they were timed.
Right.
And so you would try to get someone to follow you and then blow up. So my friend had got the sticky grenades. And it's like, oh yeah, who wants a sticky? Who wants a sticky grenade? And he's like talking all this crap. And the next thing you know, boom, and his screen goes red. He had blown himself up.
Yeah.
Because he was that terrible of a player. So I'm for GoldenEye getting in.
Yeah, it had the right mixture of being legitimately fun. It was challenging without being impossible.
Correct.
It was a good game.
It was a good game. Golden Tee, many a bar, many an
Oh, yeah.
hour. That needs to go in. Harvest Moon, I don't really have a point of reference on.
But that one was big.
Yeah. If you scroll down, there's one that I grew up watching. There it is.
This
Mattel Football.
Mattel Football.
The amount of hours I would just sit there, click, 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 click,
Yeah.
click, 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 like it drove my dad nuts.
I'll be honest. It's really the only reason I know the basic rules of football.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big football fan anyway, but the only reason I can sit down and watch it was because of the Mattel Football.
And it was just all dots.
It was just dots.
It was just all dashes. It was just dashes that would come at you, and you'd have to go. There's no passing. You just kind of went through and hit forward, backward, upward, down. And then they also had a baseball version that you just hit a button, and the little ball would go beep, 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 and then you would hit a button, and it would go. I do a real good. I'm like Michael Winslow over here, by the way, with the sound effects. It's like you're playing the damn game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're there reliving your youth. So I have a special place in my heart for the Mattel Football. Then you have NBA 2K series, Quake, which is a computer game.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, you consider Tamagotchi a video game? I see that's more of a toy. I guess you do have to feed it and all the other crap that goes along with the Tamagotchi.
If Mattel Football is a video game, I guess this is too. Yeah, I don't know. It is a good question. That was one of those games too that the kids who had them were just obsessed with it too. It's just like you absolutely, people would go bananas for this thing.
Yes.
So they're digital pets.
Yeah, the digital pets from back in the day. And it's interesting, going back to the previous story and the story we have coming up, where even in the simpler times I just mentioned of playing video games, inevitably one of your friends, dads, maybe recently divorced dad, or the kid themselves, had found a way to get Leisure Suit Larry, which this was our OnlyFans for a certain generation of like, yeah, I'm going to try to have weird computer sex as Leisure Suit Larry. And it was just hitting buttons and you were just waiting to maybe see half a computer boob to be able to be like, yeah, I'm winning.
It was the equivalent of somebody's older brother had a hidden penthouse and it was exact, or staying up and watching Cinemax or seeing the squiggly lines and maybe catching a nipple.
Yep. Give whiskey.
And we tolerated this, we thought that was great.
That's to the extent of dudes. Mm-hmm. We will go through all of this to maybe, to your point, see a nipple. Like this is an entire playthrough, if you find it on another YouTube channel, of just all the people. Yeah, country nude bicycle race.
It's the Cable Sports Network presentation of the miniature female mud wrestlers 500-kilometer cross-country nude bicycle race.
Hey! So yes, even with the simpler times, there was still someone trying to get to doing it. And then here you go. You're getting ready.
So watch Larry. You see his little butt there.
Here he comes. But remove clothes. Wear protection. And now, and here we go. I get in bed and censor. But you knew what was going on.
Yeah, I love the bra, the little pink panties here.
The nylons as well coming through your apartment.
Here we go. Getting into the hot tub.
Yeah, buddy. You found a closet. It just
God.
How is this
video games that you had to read? There we go.
Oh God.
That and the Oregon Trail. You had to read the damn thing.
Right, exactly. By the way, Oregon Trail, real quick. Did you ever do the thing where you didn't buy clothes? Because you're like, I'm going to save money for other things.
No.
I would. Oh yeah, I'd be like, I'm not going to buy any clothes. And the first time I get to hunting, I kill a buffalo, and now I have clothes, so I can save all the money to buy other things. Time to get in the hot tub with
Yeah.
Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah, again,
Oh,
stripping down to his
get
butt.
a little nude. Now I got to read some stuff. Like, whoever actually read the whole thing was like, come on, just
I
get
know.
to the
Click,
next
click,
scene.
click, 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 click. My God, click.
Please click.
There we go.
And
That's as
there
close
you
as
go.
you got right
And
here. What you're
that
seeing
was the
right
closest
here
you got right
is
there.
as close as you got to, and it was enough. It was enough, Mike. It was plenty.
27 minutes. Still shorter amount of time than what Trump and Elon Musk had to get the deal done for the damn Tesla. Yeah. So, but now we've gone from Leisure Suit Larry to and we saw the blow up doll. Now we got the sex robots that people now are getting more acclimated to, apparently.
According to the headline, huge number of people admit they'd be cool with their partner hooking up with a robot. I want you to focus on that word huge, Mike, because somewhere in this article it's going to clearly show that, 100 million people right now are hooking up with their robots. That's what that means, right? Huge number.
No, this was just 1,000 people who had the average age of 40, and of those, 54% were male, 44% were female. And basically, they found out that 3 out of 5 people would trust an AI tool over a doctor, and then they went into the sex, and it was maybe a third. 33% of people would think about having sex with a robot.
Yeah, a staggering number of individuals have confessed.
Such a huge number.
They wouldn't mind if their partner engaged with a sex robot, according to a recent survey. Key findings included that 3 out of 5 people would trust an AI tool over a doctor to diagnose an erectile dysfunction. I can probably figure that out myself if it's not working. I don't know if I even need to. Like, yeah, something's screwed up
Do you
here.
really need do we need an AI to tell us that?
I don't think so. 1 in 4.
Here's the one that.
Yeah.
This was the one that really kind of was interesting to me in this one.
1 in 4, that's the huge number. 1 in 4 express comfort with their partner being intimate with a sex robot modeled after themselves.
So modeled after the partner, or are they
Yes.
making you have sex with yourself?
As fun as that would be, I think I'm pretty sure it means a sex robot modeled after your partner.
What's worse?
All of it. All of it's worse.
But I'm just throwing out a scenario to the people viewing at home or online, wherever you're viewing or whatnot. It's 4Monkey, 707-4Monkey is the phone number. You walk in, and a robot version of you is boning your partner, or your partner is boning a robot version of you. Is that better or worse than them like playing Leisure Suit Larry?
Right.
I'm just asking the question, because I just don't. The thing that it's modeled, it has to be modeled after you. Like, if it doesn't look like me, then you're cheating. But if it looks like me and it's a robot, then I'm okay with it.
Yeah, exactly. More than a third of Gen Z respondents admitted to using ChatGPT to combat feelings of loneliness. That's just sad.
That is sad.
I don't even know how you. What is it? What do you? I don't know. And 14% would prefer to confide in an AI chatbot about their personal issues rather than their partner. However, 2 out of 5 would view it as infidelity if their partner was intimate with a sex robot modeled after them. So, about a quarter would be fine with that, but 2 in 5 say if it looks like me, that's weird, which implies that if it doesn't look like me, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, Buzz Lightyear to the rescue. There you go. Indeed, Jason. Indeed, to infinity and beyond.
They reveal that 1 in 4 are comfortable with their partner being intimate with a sex robot. Men being 69% more at ease with this concept than women.
Yeah, of course they would be. Of course they would be.
I want to watch you have sex with this robot and then play with your hair.
Can you look like that girl who we don't know about from Harry Potter, but she was in that one movie that one time, has a long hair? Can I get a lavender brown one, please? good, sweet criminelli.
2% of the people in this survey have developed feelings for an AI chatbot or a companion. They have developed feelings.
2 out of 100.
7% would choose an AI companion over a human if it could perfectly simulate love and affection. They'd be perfectly fine with taking an AI version if it would do all the things and not have to worry about human things.
The whole thing about love, though, is imperfect. Like even the most perfect love is imperfect at times. So what are you asking the AI to do there?
That's probably the most romantic thing you've said on this show.
Thank you. Let's clip that one. Love advice here. The same individual who was like just moments ago talking about computer boobs. Now we're waxing poetic about even the most perfect love is imperfect. I mean, just look at Elon and Donald trying to buy a car together. Even the most perfect love is imperfect at times.
Christ. 33% think AI bots could replace traditional dating apps in the next 5 years. I don't know about that.
Here's a perfect love that has gone a bit on the imperfect side. This particular woman who got a little upset at a 7-Eleven.
There we go.
My
buttons aren't working. There we go.
That's all right. This particular lady, doesn't she look thrilled to be a part of your world?
See? Put her in an AI robot, and I'm all over that.
Yeah. Let me introduce you to Shanika Serdal, who stands accused of 1 count of aggravated battery to the Orange County Sheriff's Office. This incident occurred at a 7-Eleven on I Drive. Deputy Ryder responds to a call about a physical fight at the convenience store, the court document says. The victim, a man, told the deputy that a male approached him and made a comment to him about his vehicle, according to the affidavit. Then inside the store, the victim asked the defendant if she was with the man who had inquired about the vehicle. Somewhat abruptly, the narrative accounts for violence. The victim stated that Shanika eventually struck him in the eye with a Pringles can chip and took off running.
Wow.
While speaking with the victim, I observed the victim had a significant cut on his right eyebrow and below his eye, causing him to bleed. The cut looked significant and appeared that it would leave a scar and permanent disfigurement, all from a damn Pringles can.
Man, she's got an arm.
Yeah, she does. Now, in my mind, she was eating the Pringles
right
without paying. Because, like, if you're going to do one crime, might as well do more. But here's how it played out in my mind. Everyone among us, and if you deny this, then you're a liar, has gotten your hand stuck inside a Pringle can at some point or another.
Right.
Trying to get that last Pringle out. So in my mind, she was in the midst of that. This Yahoo is running his mouth or trying to figure out who's running his mouth at him for his vehicle. And she just walloped him up the side of the head.
Now it
with
became
the hand
boxing
still
gloves.
Exactly. And then took off. I had no idea. Pringles cans were always, I felt, a little flimsy. No idea they could cause such permanent disfigurement.
I bet it made a funny noise.
Oh, it had to have.
Yeah.
Later, law enforcement caught up with her.
An hour before that mugshot was taken, she actually looked like this. But go on.
Yeah, well, yeah, inebriated enough, she would look like that. They caught her south of the particular 7-Eleven. After the victim identified her as the alleged culprit, she was detained and brought back to the scene of the crime. I asked Shanika what happened, and she advised me that while inside the 7-Eleven, the victim was saying rude things to her and being disrespectful. She said the victim at one point called her the C word, and then she admitted that she beat him up.
I'm kind of on Shaniqua's side there, Mike, and that's the word, man. If you drop that word, you're probably going to get hit with a Pringles can.
Now this guy just says he was minded. Yeah, and that's the least that should happen to you. This guy said I pulled up to 7-Eleven, and he says that the other guy in this story was the problem. As I was standing in there was a young lady in front of me talking to the cashier. She seemed like she had been drinking. She stood at the side, and I was about to pay for my drink, and I asked the young lady if she knew the guy outside. The victim told police, then turned around and hit me in the eye with the Pringles can and split open my eye. 7-Eleven employees subsequently vouched for the victim's version.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah, male customer got hit in the head by a can of Pringles, the employee told deputies.
You know there's a security video of this.
Yes, there is.
There has to be.
There is. Yes, there is.
Where is it?
The employee. I don't know. They
I
said all the
want
guy
it.
was doing was a. I do too. The employee
Come on,
said all the
Reddit.
guy was doing was informing me of another male customer that was laying down on the side of the building.
Mm-hmm.
The female called the guy a bitch and whacked him with a Pringles can, which literally went flying down one of the aisles.
Oh.
The male customer's eyebrow was then split open. Deputy said the defendant was eventually found with a can of Pringles on her person. He asked her if she paid for that can.
Oh, she didn't
and
ditch the weapon?
Replied,
Yeah.
she was unsure if she had paid for the can that was on her.
Well, she wasn't going to throw the 6-pack of Natty Light at him because that would be wasteful.
Oh, they don't have security footage.
What?
Because due to not having immediate access to the camera, Shanika was not charged for the petty theft due to lack of evidence at the time of the arrest. So, yeah. There you go.
That is a crime.
Yes, that we don't have the video of that.
Yeah.
I love how the employee's just like, I'm working the night shift and I drive at a 7-Eleven. This lady comes in, she's inebriated, he's talking, and then she just calls him a straight up bitch and hits him right in the face. If only life was that simple.
Oh, that's a shame. That really is a shame.
Yes.
We've got some stories in irresponsible weaponry. We begin with this one, where a dog shot a man.
Of course it did. Did he not give him steak?
He had a gun just laying on his bed next to his sleeping girlfriend, you know.
As one would do.
A 1-year-old pit bull named Oreo. Adorable. Quote,
It is. That's an adorable name.
got his paw stuck in the trigger guard and ended up hitting the trigger, according to the police in Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah. He was then shot, escaping with a graze to his left thigh that was treated in the hospital. This is not the first time this has happened, Mike. 2 years ago, a German Shepherd shot and killed a 30-year-old man in Kansas after it stepped on a rifle and shot him. In 2018, a 51-year-old man from Iowa was shot in the leg by his pit bull Labrador mix. You're picturing Looney Tunes, right? Where it's actually picking up the gun.
Yeah, the gun. Yeah, and firing it. Yeah, exactly. Make me poop outside. I'm going to go in that toilet. Don't make me take a dump. It's minus 50 out there, you son of a bitch. I'm going to shoot you.
Local news station said that the girlfriend, who was not named, saying she was sleeping at the time. The dog is a playful dog and he likes to jump around and stuff like that. It just went off. Her lesson, keep the safety on or use a trigger lock. Or, hear me out.
Okay.
Don't sleep with your gun.
Maybe. Possibility there.
Probably
Possibility.
shouldn't be sleeping with a gun in your bed.
But make sure if you are, you put the safety on.
Yeah, and I'm trying to picture the scenario where, your girlfriend's asleep. You come in, you've got a weapon in your hand, and you just toss it next to her in the bed. The dog thinks it's a toy and goes after it.
Oreo just thought that's what's going on. He's a playful dog.
Bouncing around.
Maybe don't throw the gun. Yeah, don't throw the gun on the bed when she's sleeping. Maybe,
I hope the dog was doing
put it
the
in a
thing.
drawer.
Yeah, I hope the dog was doing the thing where it got it in its mouth and it was like, "Arr, arr, arr, arr," and it just finally just shot the guy. He was trying to catch it and bounce all around. That would have been awesome.
That would have been amazing.
I don't know. I don't own guns. Never had a gun, but I probably wouldn't just leave it laying there in the bed.
No, because even if Oreo wouldn't have hit it, there's a good chance you'll roll over and do it.
Yeah, it would seem like that.
Well, now let's move to Pennsylvania, the Florida of the East Coast, or the Northeast, I should say.
Mid-Atlantic, yeah.
Yeah. So here's what's going on, all right? And both women are facing charges in this particular altercation, all right? So police say that two women were arguing near an intersection around 9:30 when the suspect, identified as 53-year-old Terry Deacon, went to a vehicle to get a gun. Deacon then shot the other woman, 33-year-old Autumn Reel, in the shoulder. So the 53-year-old shoots the 33-year-old. The suspect, the 53-year-old, also shot herself in the hand at some point during this conflict. So she plugs the other lady in the shoulder, shoots herself in the hand.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As paramedics were assisting the woman who was hit in the shoulder, the Autumn Reel spit in the medic's face. So the woman who got shot in the shoulder is getting work done by the paramedic. So she's the victim. She then spit in the medic's face, according to police. So that's why she got arrested. So she would have been fine of just being a woman who got shot in the shoulder by another woman who shot herself in the hand. But then she spit in the face of the paramedic who's trying to help her with her shoulder wound from getting shot in the shoulder. The police said as soon as the victim assaulted the paramedic, they opened up a whole new case, and she'll be charged with that. Captain Dan Lentz with York Police said, if I got shot in the shoulder, last thing I'd want to do is spit on the individual that's treating me. Okay, Captain Dan, thank you for your words of levity there. The two women knew each other.
Good thing she didn't have a can of Pringles on her.
Took some real bad damage then. The two women knew each other, according to investigators. The individual, the 33-year-old Autumn Reel's uncle, Charles Logan, expressed thanks that his niece was not killed in the shooting. I thank the Lord for that, he said. So far, police have not charged the woman who they say shot Reel. Reel was hospitalized on Tuesday evening. So they haven't actually arrested the woman who shot her in the shoulder. Yeah, right. The lady who got shot in the shoulder got arrested.
For those of you for those of you who subscribe to the channel, you know that we then take these little news segments and send them back out as YouTube short segments. And I'm going to title this one, Maybe Some People Shouldn't Have Guns. And I just have a funny feeling that we'll get some good response on that.
Do you think the internet may respond to us saying that people shouldn't own guns? I'm excited about the comment section. If 1974 was the worst year in music, I only can imagine when we talk about the Second Amendment rights of individuals.
I think that might be the title that this segment needs to get the engagement that we want.
I love it. And by the way, for those watching, share, like, subscribe. We do appreciate you doing that and helping support the channel in any way you can. Speaking of support, Johnny, this poor bastard. We end with this poor son of a bitch. The things that people will do to make a living. You got to think as a human cannonball, at some point it's going to end badly for you. But this son of a bitch was just trying to entertain 70 people at a fairground, and it went bad.
Yeah. Now there is a clue in the photo that you're looking at. Just notice how much wind is clipping those palm trees underneath where he's flying, and that appears to be part of the problem. Thank you to the Sun for this warning graphic, because yes, you're going to see a man shot out of a cannon and kind of make it into the net.
You got half of it right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, that's appropriate to swear at that point. That was ragdolling right there.
Yeah, I think it was this kid right here who swore. I think it was probably who swore.
Damn is what he's saying. Damn. I'd have paid extra if I knew that was going to happen.
Man, that is a... and what's crazy is he doesn't really fall very far, right?
No.
But he does
It's the way in which he falls.
He just right at the edge, and then he...
Oof.
See, that's not... what is that, 10 feet or something?
The triple flip, though. The Evel Knievel-esque of just ass over elbows over and over again, and then whomp onto concrete. Here we go. Yeah. Our favorite segment.
One of our favorite things to do.
This week in 0.25. All right. Whoa, no.
Right there, he's going, this sucks.
He's going, what do I do? Just go limp.
Ouch.
Bonk.
Ooh, I see what happened there. He pretty much hit his head first.
Yes. That's the issue. So he hit the edge, right?
Yeah.
Everything's okay.
So yeah, he
And
doesn't
at that
quite
point-
land in the center, and
No.
we've got an interview with him, and he'll explain what happened.
Okay. Looking cool, looking cool, looking cool. Oh no.
So yeah, that's the
Ugh.
first thing that goes to the
Bonk.
ground is his poor noggin. That is
At least he's got a helmet.
Chachi the Rocket Man Valencia.
The roar of the crowd. The rush of adrenaline. For Daredevil
Oh, okay, he did that
performer
one.
Yeah.
for Chachi the Rock.
Yeah, that was an example of what it was supposed to look like.
Chachi the Rocket Man Valencia, still the cooler of the Chachis, despite
That's right.
what happened to him.
And you know what? If your name is Chachi Valencia, that's probably your occupation. You have to jump out of cannons or get blown out of cannons.
Rocket Man Valencia. He says there's nothing like the feeling of soaring through the air with every stunt.
It's what I love.
But last Sunday at the Riverside County Fair and National Date Festival, the wind had other plans.
The day of the accident, the wind changed all of a sudden where it was a crosswind. So when I was flying through the air, it threw me completely one side. And I hit the edge of the net, and then I bounced off the net.
The crowd stunned in silence as he landed on the pavement.
After that, I really don't remember anything. The next thing I remember, I was in the ambulance, and the medic was asking me questions.
He says in the moment he did notice the wind, but that the show must go on.
I'd love to know what the medic was asking. He's like, what were you thinking?
Thinking.
Why were you doing that?
I love how we have the video, but he let us know. Chachi said, I hit the side of the net and just kind of flipped off at that. Yeah, we've seen the video, Chach. Thanks to
should've
the
said,
dynamite
"No,
drop it.
Yeah.
Sorry, we have to cancel the show, but, it's difficult for me to do that when, we had
Yeah,
such
look at the palm trees in the background there. You can see what's going on.
a great,
Look at the
awesome
friggin' net.
crowd there
Yeah.
waiting for us to perform.
He says first responders rushed him to Desert Regional Medical Center in Palm Springs after impact.
My wrist is broken. I broke a couple of ribs, and I also had a bleeding liver.
Valencia has no plans.
And a bleeding liver. My ribs, a wrist, and I had a bleeding liver. I didn't know that was an injury you could have.
Hand to God, I didn't know livers would bleed. I did not know this.
Thanks, Chachi.
Yeah.
To quit and says he'll remember this experience for his next performance.
I learned that, when I work an event, I have to have a limited amount of wind that I can shoot it. At the end of the day, my health is the most important thing for me.
Valencia says he's currently recovering with family in San Diego.
Oh, there's a
A
GoFundMe.
PayPal for Chachi. There's a GoFundMe for the Chach man.
Help Chachi.
Yeah.
He needs $55,000. He's not even crested 8,000.
Plans to eventually return to his home in Texas. Now, for anyone wishing to support the Rocket Man on his road to recovery, his GoFundMe details are over on KESQ.com. Reporting live in studio, Shay Lawson, News Channel 3.
Let me just say, he said my health is the most important thing.
No, it's not.
If that's the case, then why are you going to do this again?
Yeah. You chose a
I'm just
terrible
asking.
occupation. If your health is the most important thing to you, you picked the worst occupation you possibly could have.
Yeah. Human cannonball, not the safest job, I don't think, around for Rocket Man Chachi. I hope he hits his goal, at least gets, you know what? Hey, I got an idea to wrap this up in a nice bow. All right? Let's show that clip to the president, and let's have Chachi Valencia on the White House lawn do the cannonball thing. Trump can buy a performance and help him get it to $55,000. I think that's what we need to do.
If you love this country, Donald Trump, that's what you would do for us. And Chachi.
But no love is perfect love.